Hello and happy Super Bowl Sunday here in the United States, and good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever in the world you're at watching this right now. Thank you so much for coming in. We're just going to do some chill Q&A. Your questions, my answers. That's today's show for the next hour on the 329th stream in a row, which is insane. Just wow. Thank you so much for coming in today, and I look forward to answering your questions. So who do you got for the Super Bowl? Let me know if you're choosing either the Bucs or the Chiefs, or you don't care. Let me know in the chat if you're here live, or if you're watching the replay, hashtag Team Replay in the comments area. Let's start the show. Thanks again.
This is the income stream to help you achieve your dream, all while we keep it clean. This is the income stream. It's the kind of show where you can come and go, but then you leave inspired with no fee required. The income stream with Pat Flynn.
Sweet. Before we get to questions, we do have a special website review. I think we're doing a website review, right? If Uncle Bill happens to be in the chat right now, let me know if it is a website review, a YouTube channel review, and or one or the other, which one it is. And if it is indeed a website review, Uncle Bill, I need your YouTube or your website. So let me know which one it is, Uncle Bill. I appreciate you and looking forward to it. So Bill Doob Variety, and I guess this is going to be a YouTube channel situation, right? Just correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, CV, we're closing in on day 365, which is really, really crazy here. I was just talking about this with my kids the other day, and they're like, has it really been a full year? And the number of days that I've been live streaming is the number of days that we've been in lockdown here sort of together as a world. And it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy how quickly it went by, but also how slowly it went by. I don't know. It's just really interesting. Do you feel that the last 329 days have been rather quick or very slow? Let me know. Channel review. I don't care who wins. LOL. Paying attention to Super Bowl for years. Cool. I still have yet to get a website. Okay, so we're going to do an Uncle Bill YouTube channel review. Now, we've reviewed Uncle Bill's YouTube channel a while back. And it was actually the time when we coined the term Uncle Bill, right? And this is when we started to hone in on who Uncle Bill was and what his videos were about. I remember watching one, it was about some exercise tool, and another one was about something else. So I'm really excited to dive in there, and that's what we're going to start with. For maybe the next 5-6 minutes, we're going to do a review and see what it's like, and then we're going to go from there. So let's go into a lot of people saying it's been really. It feels like it's been really quick, right? So let's go to Bill Variety Show. I think it was, or was it Bill Doob Variety? There we go. There we go. Okay, so let's, I'm going to share the screen here, and then we're going to go and listen in and check it out. So hang tight, and we're just going to do a normal review like we always do. But here we go. This is Uncle Bill's channel, Bill Doob, and we got a lot of stuff over here. We cook, we can't, we create, we critique, we climb, and more. I like the sort of we approach, right? This is the approach that I actually had once taken and still kind of do on smartpassiveincome.com, but this was more when it was just me versus my team, and it was all language that was like, we do this or let's do this together, and I really love that. I think that when you consider the fact that when you build a platform, it's also not just like subscribers on YouTube or followers on a blog, it's a community, right? So this language of we, I really like that, Uncle Bill. I hope that that sort of comes out through your videos, through your language. That goes a very long way. I see that you added the uncle part up top. The ratio or the resolution of the image is a little bit, it needs a little bit of tweaking, just so you know. We have uncle sort of cut off at the top, which is really important. Your picture is a little dark and a little flat, so maybe we can have a different image there if you know somebody, or maybe even can hire somebody on Fiverr to take a good image of you and pop it on there, just to make it like the right size, because a lot of the most important stuff here is cut off. So variety, I think, again, this was the thing that we didn't know what this website was about before, and you are sort of staking the claim as I'm doing variety stuff, but when we watch these videos, we really want to make sure that personality comes out, right? And I kind of saw it in the last videos that we watched from you, but I'm hoping we see it even more. I also see that you're doing some shorts. Now, It's kind of cool how you took some older videos, because Shorts wasn't around a while back, right? But you're doing hashtag short, hashtag Shorts, which is a way to hopefully get into the Shorts shelf, as they call it here on YouTube. And this is a brand new thing that just came out that they're trying to do to compete with TikTok and Reels. And I think that that could be a really good strategy for you, Uncle Bill. If you take, 60 seconds or less to share something interesting about a product, and you put your Uncle Bill personality behind it, hashtag Shorts in the title, hashtag Shorts in the description. You need to put them in both places. So I don't know if you have that here in this particular video, which of course you can always go back and change it. The description you can. That'll give you a chance to get found in the Shorts shelf. And videos that get put in the Shorts shelf get a lot of exposure, right? Get a lot of exposure. So Uncle Bill, I could definitely see that, especially because you review a lot of things here. Let's go to your latest videos. I want to see sort of what you've come out with recently. So homemade banana ice cream split. Okay, so let's look at this thumbnail really quick. Yum, cool. Whenever it comes to food, show off the food. Have the food be the center of attention when you are showing the food and the end result of it, and you're doing a great job here. We reviewed another channel here from Shonda, Real Food and Drink, and it was the same advice. So whenever you're showing food, show off the food, right? I see here that you have sort of like Cook Week, and you have waffles, but they're all blocked. Like, again, food is such a cheat way, and yeah, it's kind of like cheating. Showing food just plays into the psychology of a human who's like, I want that. Right? I want that. So let's keep going here. Stay fit, 20 minutes daily. I would put your face on here doing something related to working out versus just like this crosswalk guy. That's not going to do much for me. This is a little bit better, but again, you're using this interesting sort of face. It almost like I would consider trying to use a different sort of facial expression for these videos, right? First of all, your face is blocked by the microphone. You want to take a separate photo that you can add in there, right? You want to take a separate photo that you can add in there and have it be something where the light's facing you. It looks like the light maybe above you instead. So it looks, you're coming from it's looking a little dark there, I will say. But take different photos. Take different photos that you can pop on here. See, I see the same photo everywhere. And I think we can improve that. Now let's watch this video really quick and critique it and see what we can do to offer help. And then we're going to get into Q&A. Banana ice split. I need to zoom out.
We're making delicious banana ice cream today. There's tips throughout the video, and we're making a banana split at the end. Stay tuned. Now it's time to make our banana ice cream. Let's zoom in on the bananas and where we're going to be working.
Okay.
Zoom in a little bit.
Sorry,
more.
my stream is like really choppy, so I apologize about that. Wow, where am I going there? Sorry about that. Let me go back here and check on the chat really quick to make sure you guys are still good. If time permits, can you review my channel? If at first I don't succeed, I'll try again. We'll get to you next week, Queen Bee, on Saturday if you could join us then. But okay, so based on that short clip that I saw Uncle Bill, first of all, again, same comments from before. I love the fact that I'm just like in your home, chilling with you, and I can hang out with you, almost like you're my uncle kind of showing me how something is made, right? I think that's the approach that I would take if I were you, just mentally as you're filming videos. You might even call your viewers your nieces and nephews, right? Like let's just like really play into that, if that makes sense. There's a comedian. His name is I can't remember his real name because he's known as Uncle Roger, and that's just a character that he plays. And this is actually you, but he plays this character called Uncle Roger. He's this Asian person who reviews food on the internet, and it's really funny. But he calls his audience nieces and nephews, and he really just plays into that, right? So I love that idea. I think that. Again, this approach of like, hey, you're inviting me over to the house and you're just kind of making a banana split for me. Like let's play into that. I think that what was missing was you. A little bit of, okay, hey guys, Uncle Bill here. I want to show you how I make an ice cream split with bananas. And I do it in a kind of a unique way, right? Okay, and again, the other thing that was missing was like the hook, right? Yes, food is enough to hook people. But what about your banana split is a little different, right? So that's kind of where I just, again, want you to play. And so you could do something like, hey, I do something really weird with these bananas that I want to show you, but I promise you, it actually makes your banana splits taste 1,000 times better. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I believe. So you can tell me if I'm wrong or not at the end of this video, right? So this kind of like hook in the beginning. So yes, the food will hook people in, but actually adding something else that makes people go, wait, what? Uncle Bill, what? Like, imagine your nieces and nephews, like actual nieces and nephews, like tugging at your shirt going, Uncle Bill, why do you cut the bananas like that? And it's just like some weird stuff that makes you you, right? So I would just say, let's lean into that, right? Let's lean into that, right? So thumbnails also can always, again, like I said, use improvement. The titles were actually looking a lot better than what I remember too. But that's the focus there. I would focus on the artwork. Let's get some better images of you there so that it feels like we're here with you, Uncle Bill. And then in the videos themselves, really play that role of you are the uncle for these people who are watching. Because when you go to Uncle Bill's house, it's the best because he has all the cool stuff. And there's no theme, there's no nothing, but you love him because it's Uncle Bill. And you just like want to play with all the things. And you learn all these fun facts. And you experiment with all these interesting things, right? So let me know if that makes sense. Again, a little bit of a quick review, but that's going to be high level. What's going to, I think, take your stuff to the next level. I also saw some thumbnails that were like flip-flop reviews or something like that. There was like, let me see if I can go back here because it's like really, so good light LEDs, AeroPress filters. Again, I want to see your face in each of these thumbnails. I guarantee you, Uncle Bill, that when you put your face and you're holding the flip-flops, right? Maybe you're like holding the flip-flops like this, like, I don't know. And maybe for the great bag video, waterproof camera bag, you have a bucket of water and then you have the bag, right? Maybe for the LEDs light, good LED light, but, and maybe you have a light bulb and then you have a hammer. I don't know, just something that makes you weirdly you, right? Embrace that weirdness. And when we watch your videos, we feel it, but nobody will know that until they click on the video. You need your videos to click and stick. I came up with that this morning. We need the click and then we need the stick, right? The click and stick. Let me know, chat, if you like that. So Uncle Bill, thank you so much for being on the chopping block today. Your face, but not the same face, right? Your face, if you're doing a product, have the product there. I remember you doing something with some like exercise thing. You should just be like, or maybe you're like actually holding the exercise thing, right? Click and stick, baby. Click and stick. Cool. Thank you, Uncle Bill. Thanks for allowing us to do that today instead of yesterday because we were a little over yesterday. So, do I put my face in if I'm doing my DIY craft that I make? It depends, Sandy. People connect with faces, number one. But number two, if people are looking for the craft thing, that should be the focus. And yeah, the product should be the focus here too. But for Uncle Bill specifically, he is the product, right? Uncle Bill, I want you to think about that. You are the product, right? And embrace that. Like lean into that, right? For you, who is that? Sandy, perhaps if it is DIY and craft and you know that maybe you're not the necessary center of the whole thing, but it's like the craft and the art and the how to do this, then that becomes the focus. You can still include your face in there. And what the real answer is you test, right? You put your face on a few for a month, you check out the results, you put your face you take your face off or compare that to ones where your face isn't on it, and you can literally now have data, right? One thing that some guys that I'm working with for this YouTube channel here is they discovered that thumbnails with my face on them perform better for this channel. And you can kind of feel that, right? Because this is a very personality-based channel, even though it's about business and entrepreneurship and stuff. The personality behind it still matters here. Not for all channels, though. There are many channels where the face doesn't really matter at all. So that's going to be sort of something to you, something for you. Pat, I like your analogies. Thank you. Uncle Bill with the pair character doing a shaka sign. Thank you. It literally tells me that in Ecamm, like what the description of the thing is, which is really cool. Nicole says the community has a different vibe when you show up live. Nice. Vibe, the live vibe keeps them alive. Man, we're doing good today. I don't want to try anymore because then we'll lose it. Click and stick, and your live vibe attracts your tribe. High five, hand jive, thrive, and dive off the diving board. Okay, we're done. Uncle Bill, thank you for that donation. I am going to put on a playlist so that we can listen to some music, so it's not just me rambling the whole time. So I'm going to go to YouTube, and for those of you who don't know, I always use and love and support Harris Heller's Stream Beats. If you go to Stream Beats on YouTube by Harris Heller, it is royalty-free music that he's created specifically for this purpose. And you can just use any of these playlists that are here. I'm going to use the Stream Beats Lo-Fi playlist here, which kind of has like a nice loungy feel to the situation. We did EDM one day. I think we do EDM one day, and it was like, and people were getting anxiety. So we don't want to do that. We want to do the Stream Beats Lo-Fi, so we can chill out together, and I can answer your questions. Whoa. There we go. There we go. There we go. Who says, here we go? Bonus points if you know what character says that. All right, haven't caught a stream in a bit, says Network Chuck. Hopefully because you've been implementing the stuff that we've been teaching you here. And Chuck, welcome back. Thanks for coming in. Happy Super Bowl Sunday to you. All right, questions. We got questions coming in now, which is fantastic. I'm gonna pop them up on the screen. The corny is emerging. Yes, Dawn, it in fact is. Let's see, we got Justin here. People say to follow your passion to start a business. What if you struggle with defining your passion? Find your fashion. Jeez, I knew I was gonna lose it after a couple. Find your fashion. You gotta go and find your passion, and sometimes you don't know what that is. I think trying to determine what your passion is first before you get into it is almost like asking a 6-year-old, hey, what do you wanna be when you grow up? How in the world is a 6-year-old supposed to know what it is that they actually like? When you're getting online, you're building a business, how do you know what it is that you actually like yet? You might have some interests, you might not know exactly what to define your passion as, but you can learn that as you put yourself out there, as you try new things, as you experiment, as you realize that it's totally cool and okay to fail, right? So I think that failing teaches us, failing allows us to understand, and trying and trial and error allows us to go, well, I didn't like that, or wow, that was great, and even though I failed, I'm gonna try this again because I'm so juiced about this. Part of what helps me, in fact, with passion is knowing who else I can speak to about those same things and how I vibe when I talk to others about it. Sometimes we are so in our own head about things that you don't really know how it feels until you have the opportunity to talk about it with somebody else, whether that somebody else is an audience or somebody else who might be a colleague or a partner of sorts. And the cool thing is, like, for example, with the Pokemon stuff, right, that I'm doing right now. By the way, the channel's about to hit 10,000 subscribers. I ran a giveaway yesterday in a video that's popping off right now, and there's nearly 10,000 entries in this contest. I'm actually gonna be going live next week on Saturday for the Pokemon channel for the first time. It's gonna be really interesting. And it's gonna be on my PC, so it's gonna feel very new. I'm very scared, which means I gotta do it, it's gonna be really fun. Anyway, when I've sat down and had conversations with people about Pokemon now, I feel the passion coming out, right? Because now it's not just like in here where I can't organize or understand what's going on sometimes, but when I hear myself and when I converse with somebody, and then when I'm like asking more questions and I'm wanting to dig deeper, this is a sign that the passion, and there's some sort of passion there. Now, do you have to build a business out of passion? No. I have built many successful businesses that aren't about things that I'm thinking about 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I built the business in the security guard training industry, in the food truck space. I don't even have a food truck. I played the role of expert curator, not expert. And the passion came from problem solving. The passion came from helping a certain group of people, right? What time Saturday is that stream? That stream is gonna be 3 p.m. What was that noise? The live stream is gonna be at 3 p.m. Pacific. 3 p.m. Pacific. Oh, screen time report came in. I'm not even about to read off what that told me. Okay, let's keep going here. CV, question. In Superfans Chapter 8, you talk about creating a challenge. Could you summarize or elaborate? Yes. Instead of just going, hey guys, you should do this in your business, you go, hey guys, together we're going to do this. For example, if you go to 100emails.com, I've created a challenge where in 3 days, we can see if we can get you from 0 to 100 email subscribers in 72 hours. And the challenge aspect of this, people love a challenge. It's like running a race. Like, why in the world would a person just like run for no reason? Many people wouldn't. But when there's a challenge and they're doing it with other people and there's a medal at the other end or some sort of reward or transformation of some kind, then yeah, for sure. But we don't want to start people off with a marathon either. We want a little 5K run, right? Or even shorter, like 100 meters. Like, let's just go 100 meters together to see if we can even make it there. And this 0 to 100 emails challenge has helped tens of thousands of people because they feel like they're doing it with each other, and there's support, there's evidence that others are struggling with you, and that then gives you the inspiration you need to keep going because you're not alone, and you can go that way. So a challenge could be anything. We could create a challenge here together by, okay, let's all together start a new YouTube channel. I'm not recommending this, by the way, but let's all start a new YouTube channel together by the end of next week, and we're just gonna get the name of it and the artwork for it. Let's see if we can do that by the end of the week. You want these challenges to be small and micro and achievable. If the challenge was 0 to 10,000 emails, even in a month, which is possible, that's not seemingly achievable for people who've been struggling with this, right? But a 0 to 100 emails, that's not very much in 72 hours. Now there's a time and a frame of in a contained area and moment to do that. People are more likely to do that, right? Cool. Super Mario. It was, not the Up movie. It was Peter Pan. Peter Pan. Here we go. When he like jumps out the window and they're flying over London. Do you see it? Do you hear it now? Do you see it now? Cool. Bill says, ROFL, 10K Deep Pocket Monster might do 500K faster. Yeah, I mean, it's growing more quickly than this channel, which is kind of funny. GT says, how can I profit from Pokemon? How can you profit from anything? The idea is either buying low, selling high, right? So you could buy cards and either wait for them to appreciate, or you know you got them at a good deal and then you can sell them, right? That's one way to profit from it. Another way to profit from it is to help others, right? And this is sort of what I'm trying to do in the Pokemon space, is to show up and help and serve others. And you can earn a profit through either gaining fans who want to support you. You can earn a profit through monetization in some way, shape, or form, whether it's, I don't know, courses, coaching, or advice. I know people have Patreons in the Pokemon space who offer a little bit of access to some knowledge, right? I know some people who have newsletters for things like stocks, and, not in the Pokemon space, at least that I found, but newsletters that people pay for to gain access to this knowledge that a person just doesn't have the time to research themselves. Therefore, it is actually valuable. Whew. How else might you profit from Pokemon? Maybe you serve the community in a different way. I know somebody who's doing some really cool poster and some physical products in the Pokemon space right now, and that's a way to help and serve that community too, right? Cool. Queen Bee, question: how do you choose the right accountability partner? Thank you. It should start with people that you already know, who might also need that help too. Right? Imagine going to the gym with somebody. You don't want to have somebody, you could have somebody help you who can be anybody who can go like, hey, I need you to go to the gym today. But if they aren't also motivated to go to the gym, they're less likely to motivate you too. And I think it should be a relationship where you can help them as well, right? Because that way you can kind of both hold each other accountable. And the day that one of you doesn't want to go to the gym, I'm not saying it's the gym, but that's the analogy. The day that one of you doesn't want to go to the gym, that's the day the other one who goes, no, I'm going and you're coming with me, right? And vice versa. So that could be great. And plus, have there be a trial period, right? You don't have to commit for life. Just say, hey, for the next month, let's do this together. And if it works out, great. If not, no worries. And then you can go and find somebody else, right? Kind of like dating. Although you want to give them more than a month if you're dating. Like, hey, you're not my future partner. You're out of here. It takes a little bit longer, kids. I work in sport. Welcome to Team Flynn Gold. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining the team. Team Flynn for the win. Very nice. Uncle Bill says, Pat, what happened to your question counter? Aren't we going for the record today? No, we're just chilling. And I also remembered that we were doing your YouTube channel review here in the beginning of the stream. So I didn't want to feel rushed. And I think that I wanted to make sure that I gave you adequate time as well. Hopefully you got some value from the quick review. And yeah, no counter today. we're just chilling. I think that everybody's going to be paying attention to instead the Super Bowl score versus the score of how many questions we answered today. It's all good. It's all good. Nicole says, what is the one thing that you think many people are neglecting when they try to take something from passion to their job? I think that people are neglecting the real, like, doing it just for the money only, right? I think it's important to still have a passion, but also want to make money at the same time. But I know a lot of people who get into the business side of their passion and then eventually like hate it, right? It ruins the hobby for them. A good friend of mine, Shalene Johnson, she had the opportunity. She loves snowboarding, like absolutely loves snowboarding. And she had the opportunity with her big influence to start a clothing company. In fact, a clothing company reached out to her, wanted to strike a deal. She'd be involved in design and fashion, which like was right up her alley because she loves fashion as well. So she can combine her two passions, fashion and snowboarding together. And she went to the first meeting and she realized very quickly that this was not going to work because all the stuff that she had to think about and the business plans and the things that had to work and whatever in order for this to go down, it was going to completely take her love for and passion for at least snowboarding away. And so it was very quick for her to realize that that's not the route she wanted to go down. And then she just now is still doing it as a hobby. I also think a lot of people neglect the idea that it takes time. Right? A lot of people go, oh, well, I'm interested in this, and there are people out there making money with it. Well, I should be making money with this by next month. And for many people, it takes a lot longer. Now, there are obviously ways that you can speed up that process to monetization. I think it has to do with understanding where your target audience exists and not being afraid to go out there. And I think a lot of people who have a passion for something are afraid to then try to make money from it because they're worried about, either selling out or feeling like they're trying to take from others. I think a lot of people make the mistake, on the other hand, of having such a passion for something that they don't ever want to make money from it because they feel like it's selling out. So therefore, they're not actually doing the things that could help serve an audience or help keep that afloat for them. And I think it's really important to have a balance there, right? And I think that people who are worried about making money because of what it might do to, like how it might come across in the space that they're in, I think that you need to realize that, well, the more money you make, the more you can actually serve that audience, right? Yes, you can get paid and have this sort of whatever things you might need to support this business, you can have that be sort of paid for. But more than that, you can help others more the more money you make, right? That makes sense. All right. Let's keep going here. Sandy says, YouTube is getting a new feature called Clips. You can quickly grab little snippets of your video. Can you grab clips of other YouTubers for a shout out, or is it just my video? Sandy, I don't know. That's a great question, and it's something that I think is really smart. It's going to change the landscape a little bit, but you're the first person I've heard that from. I know that they're doing something to compete with TikTok and Reels called Shorts, but clips are really interesting. I'm going to have to explore that, especially I can imagine how something like in the Pokemon card collecting space, long videos, opening up packs. Let's just take a clip of the big hitter, the banger card that just came out. That's really interesting to me. Maybe you're doing a complete video on like 10 steps on something. Maybe each of those steps could be its own clip that in and of itself could be a video that could be SEO optimized, right? Or search engine optimized. I will have to look into that. Thank you. Starter Studio says, would you expect to get more views by enabling monetization on a channel? Would YouTube be more likely to suggest them? That is a really interesting question. I've asked that question, in fact, before, and I've heard from YouTube that that is not the case. But wouldn't it make sense that if you had the ability to make money from a video, therefore, obviously, YouTube now has the ability to make money from a video, that they would push it out more because they would make more money, and so would you, and then you would be more inclined to create more videos? So I don't know the answer. I know why they're not saying no, because that's not fair to people who are less than 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. But at the same time, that makes sense. I hope they don't do it. I hope they give everybody fair play, but at the same time, I'd be surprised if it was completely fair. I don't know. That is a fantastic question. Chat, what do you think? Would you expect that if you had a YouTube channel and you opened up monetization, that YouTube would serve your video to more people? Do you think they would do that? Or do you think that it's fair all the way across? Again, I don't know what the idea is. I don't know what happens. Let's see here. Question from one of our amazing moderators here. Moderators, thank you for holding down the fort. Stephanie, K-Walk, Peasant Uprising, Samson, Karma Cashflow. Cool. No business related. What is the last show you've binged? Queen's Gambit. By far, Queen's Gambit binged because it was all sort of like there already. The show that I'm totally into right now is WandaVision, though. It is so mysterious. It is so amazing. I'm not going to spoil anything. I just thought it was going to be a old sitcom version using 2 Marvel characters, and it was going to be like I Love Lucy the whole time. Boy, was I wrong. It is amazing, super well written, super smart. Oh my gosh, WandaVision, incredible. Question from Nana. When I download and watch your YouTube videos rather than stream, does it reduce your watch time? Greetings from Accra, Ghana. I've been to Accra, Ghana, by the way. We've built a couple schools in Ghana, and some of my favorite people in the world, some of the friendliest people I've ever met, literally. So thank you for watching. Does it affect my views? I think it, actually, I don't know. That's a great question, because you download them ahead of time so that you can watch them later. I think that counts as a viewer. I think what happens is once you watch them, it then registers and counts as a view at that point. So I don't know if you're asking because you're worried that a view doesn't come across for me, but I wouldn't worry about me at all. Just the fact that you're consuming this content, I appreciate you for that. I appreciate you for that. Gift Biz Unwrap says, I did a challenge and I had people disappointed that it wasn't available forever, which is a good sign, right? Of course, I could explain it was 5 days and access could go away unless they purchase. Ideas for next time. Well, if I were you, that's a good sign. Again, I wish this was available all the time. Create a wait list for the next one and run it again. Use the testimonials and the success stories from that first one to get people excited. Have them put it on the calendar. Have them make an event out of it for themselves, and then do it again. And this becomes your sort of quarterly or even bi-yearly live challenge that gets a whole mess of people coming in at the same time. See, that's what I would do if I were you. That's what I would do if I were you. Who has February birthdays so we can congratulate you this month? If you have a February birthday, let me know in the chat, and we'll wish you all a happy birthday. And if you have a leap year birthday, you're like 6 years old. I'm just kidding. Francis says, Patreon or Buy Me a Coffee? I signed up for both and have Buy Me a Coffee in my podcast notes. For some reason, I feel like I should be using Patreon, but don't know why. It could be perhaps because Buy Me a Coffee sounds very taking. Like, hey, if you love what you're hearing, you could buy me a coffee. And, depending on how it's promoted, depending on your positioning, yeah, it can come across a little like, tip jar, like, this is the universal sound of change in a cup, right? But Patreon, yes, it's from support from fans, but you also have the ability to, it's not like, hey, buy the creator a coffee. It's, hey, support the creator, and you also get these things back at the same time, right? Jaden has February 11th. Happy birthday. Today is your birthday, Niloufar. Wow, I don't know what happened with my voice there, but Niloufar, thank you for letting us know. And happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to all the February birthdays coming in. Michael, we got Sandy, and a few others too. So awesome. Very cool. Francis, I hope that answers your question. Life with Marin. How do you determine what content goes on your public channel and what to put in the membership area? For me, it's very simple because my membership area is about the community. It's about events that involve people. It's about the Ask Me Anythings within SPI Pro. So the content that I have publicly or within my courses is out there and separate from my membership, which is community-based and more connection-oriented versus content-oriented. But let me help you answer this question even more because maybe that's not how you have it structured. And I'm not saying you have to structure it my way. Many people put their content in their memberships, right? So where can the difference be? The difference can be, number one, sort of high level, public, detailed, super handholdy inside the membership. Another way to do it would be, here's what to do in the membership. Here's how to do it, right? The what and why public. The what and why public over here, and the how and the sort of nuts and bolts in the membership. Another way to do it would be, hey, this is the free way to do it, and here it is. And this is the headache-free way to do it because it comes with support and accountability and some tools that go along with it, right? So there's a lot of ways to sort of delineate that. My pleasure. Just wanted to say thank you for all that you do. Thank you, I Work in Sport, and thank you for being a new member here. You're amazing. Birthday girl, what is it necessary for a podcast name to be exactly the name of the business? No, totally not necessary. Happy birthday to you again, by the way. But no, it's not necessary at all. There's a lot of examples of podcasts. For example, amyporterfield.com. Her business is her personal brand, amyporterfield.com. Her podcast is Online Marketing Made Easy Podcast, right? We have rickmulready.com and theartofpaidtraffic.com. We even have Social Media Examiner and the Social Media Marketing Podcast. So no, it's not exactly the same. It doesn't have to be the same. Obviously, you want to cross-promote both of them. If they can be the same, and if that makes sense for you, then that's cool because it's like, you know, Smart Passive Income Blog, Smart Passive Income Podcast, right? But it doesn't have to be that way. My other show is called Ask Pat, which has none of the Smart Passive Income stuff within it. Hey, thank you, Uncle Bill. Quick review is perfect, man. You are much better than the Super Bowl. I don't know about that, but I'm excited to see the weekend. Uncle Bill says, your new book, when it comes out, will there be a Kindle version too? Yeah, for sure. There will be a Kindle version and eventually an audiobook version. And yeah, thank you for asking. Question, do you use a specific app or service for buying and selling shares? I use two apps. In fact, I use the Cash app because I have my Bitcoin in there too, and it allows me to sort of transition between those two stocks and Bitcoin in there. It's not a ton, don't worry. And then my main app is my E-Trade app, which I use where most of my stocks and investments are in. I also have a money manager who has my retirement accounts in their hands and is the one who's in charge of that. And I don't know what they use to buy and sell. I think it's more just sort of through, I don't know, Ameritrade or something like that. I don't know exactly. But Cash App, which is Square's app, and E-Trade. Cool. Romer says, can I get a pep talk? Absolutely. Going to be doing my first 2 webinars this month and struggling getting my slides nailed down. I could totally give you pep talk. Totally. So the slides should be the last part of the process, right? Because what you need to do, and I'm sure you're doing this already, is you start with the end in mind. Where do you want these people who are on this webinar with you enjoying your content and enjoying the experience, who want to work with you deeper? Where do you want to take them? Start there. And you can reverse engineer, okay, where are they at now? You can go from where they're at now to where they're going to be. The slides just help you along the way, right? And for me, what happens with the slides, because it is a very overwhelming thing. It's like, oh my gosh, all these blank slides. I need to go from here to there with all these slides. What am I going to do with all these slides? What do I put on the screen? What I like to do is go in the slides, and I literally just use white background with centered text to just write notes about what I would want on that slide. I don't design each slide one at a time until I know what all the slides are going to be. And it's essentially just like 1 or 2 words, right? Story about Keone, my son. That's a slide. And it literally just is text on a white background that says story about Keone. And then what'll happen is I'll go around after I have all the sort of note-taked slides with just the word on it. I'll go back and then go, okay, what image can I use to represent story about Keone? Okay, let me go find one in my archive or my phone. I'll just pop it in there. And then I know that's the story about Keone. And then I just kind of then tell that story, right? I don't like to use bullet points. I like to use images with a word or 2 to represent that section. And then I just talk about that section. What I also found that is really helpful is to create just a couple notes in the notes area so that you kind of have some guidance on, okay, this slide means this in case you forget. And having that presenter view is really helpful too. So the other thing that I want to share with you is that you got this. You got this. High five. Because I know you got to remember, you're the expert here. You're the one that has the information. And a lot of times we don't value or we don't even understand how much more we know than somebody else. Somebody who's going to be signing up to this webinar and coming in, they're going to need your help. They're going to want your help. They're going to want it to be great. It will be great because you have that experience, you have that knowledge, you have the ability to take them from where they're at, unknowing of what to do next, to that next step, right? You got this. Pep talk and lesson. That sounds like that would be a dope, like a name for a bar. That would be a sick name. That would be, this is plan G, right? I have so many business ideas. Here's a business idea. A bar called Pep Talk, where all the bartenders are there to listen to you and give you motivational advice. Can you imagine, like, that could actually save people's lives? People coming in knowing that, like, their day was bad or they've gone through something terrible. They come in and they are not just there to get served drinks, but they're there to get motivated and to get out of that funk, right? Like, your job as the bartender is to make sure everybody leaves with a positive mindset, right? Pep talk and brew. Yeah, that's cool. Start a studio. Welcome to Team Flynn Platinum. Thank you so much for joining. Appreciate you. Welcome to Team Flynn, my friend. Okay. What was that? Grandma Goody says, could I cut fun clips of Grandma Goody, post them as shorts or clips, not made for kids, and become visible in search? You could. You could do that, right? Especially if you, in that video, aren't necessarily speaking to the kid, but maybe you're just teaching a lesson, and it's obvious that that's not that. Devianish, hey, thank you. I'm thankful that you're here, but not so thankful that you're spamming. We don't welcome spam here, and thank you, Stephanie, for holding down the fort for us. You'll be in timeout for 300 seconds, 5 minutes. So when you come back, feel free to ask a question. I'm more than happy to answer it, but we don't like spam here. Spam is only good after it's fried and put between some rice and seaweed. The only spam we like are spam musubis. Cool. Not spam misuses. I'm sorry. Spam misuses. Misuses. What is happening? I literally just had like 2 cups of coffee right before this. I think that's what happened. Okay. I'm going to miss a lot of questions here. I'm going to scroll down so we can catch up a little bit. I apologize because I want to help out and I completely miss a bunch of questions. But you're more than welcome to ask questions multiple times, not all at the same time. We've seen what happens when you do that. But if I missed your question, you can ask it again. Again, I cannot guarantee I'm going to answer your question because we're only going to go for the next 17 minutes here, which is insane. By the way, I'm back. Somebody said, that just sounds like a really solid bartender. That's cool. Okay, by the way, hey y'all, we have a special guest in the chat with us today. Somebody who I very much look up to, who is somebody who I watches YouTube videos all the time. So if we could get a round of applause and a big shout out to our good friend, Dave Lee. Dave, thank you so much for coming in today. Appreciate you, my friend. I just got to tell you, you've helped make me so much money this past year. How? Through your amazing advice, your real approach, your non-hyped approach to investing, especially with things like Tesla and Bitcoin and whatnot. Appreciate you so much, Dave. You're amazing. So let's all give a big shout out to Dave Lee. Dave is saying, hey, can you give me feedback on my YouTube channel? What you like, dislike, and what opportunities you think I can look into? Absolutely, Dave. Absolutely. We can do that on Saturday more deeply, but me knowing your channel very well, I think that I have some things that I could share with you that would also be helpful for everybody else as well. But first of all, Dave, I've seen your channel skyrocket lately, and I've noticed that lately you've been doing a lot of interviews, and I don't know, I personally, and again, this is just me, I haven't been watching them. I want more of you, and I think from the comments that I've seen from a lot of people, that's the case too. And I feel like it's been very heavy on the interview side. Now, obviously, you're doing such a good job of bringing these amazing people in who have these incredible experiences and advice to share on things that you don't know about because you want to help those with that. And that's great to do. But it's not like, oh, I miss the old Dave Lee, because it's not that. You're the same Dave Lee. But the videos that were more honed in on what is happening in the market and things like that, pay attention to the comments and what people want. What I would recommend, and I haven't seen this from you at all, is conversations with the community on the community tab and asking them questions to help guide what perhaps next videos should create. And I don't know if maybe I'm not seeing that because of the algorithm or not, or whatnot, but I haven't seen any polls or any questions from you to the community. I love how you do your live streams, by the way. Your live streams, especially when market news is breaking, is so perfect. The fact that you're using your iPad, you're using eCam, and you're interacting with the audience, I think is really great. Continue to do that. I also love that every once in a while you talk about yourself and your family, and you have like yourself in your RV. That just brings a wholesome feeling to the show, where you're not like in a suit and tie and you have this green screen behind you, but it's like, I'm just in your room with you and you're just giving me this marketing advice, and that works really well too. The other thing is, I don't know how well you are going into your analytics, but analytics are everything, as you know, and you have such a wider audience and a lot of views that you have the capability, more than even people like myself and many people here in the room, to gain insight through the numbers. And I know you're a numbers person, so I hope that you're going into each video and considering the click-through rates and determining, okay, why did more people click through into this video than this video? Maybe it's a title thing, and maybe it's a thumbnail thing, right? Because the click part of it is really important. The click and then the stick. Your stick is really important. Your stick is really good though. The click part, maybe you can use help. You can use CTRs, click-through rates, to understand more about what thumbnails, what titles are working better than others. Your stick rate is very good, I'm sure, though, because you do such a good job in the beginning of your videos. And if anybody wants to check out a master at this, how you talk about what you're going to talk about, and then you talk about it. That's one of the easiest ways to create a hook in a video, is to talk about what you're going to talk about, and then you talk about it, and then you sort of wrap it up at the end and put a bow on it, right? So you're doing a great job there. Within your videos, look at the graphs on your engagement tab, and you can understand within each video what parts people liked and which parts people didn't want. The spikes, those are when people rewound to listen to what you just said and replay that. That's a sign that people like that, or they might want to, you might want to continue information or parts like that. And then parts where people drop off like a cliff, that's obviously parts where, okay, people didn't like that, or they got bored, or you just lost their attention at that point, right? So going into the numbers again will definitely help you with gauging, okay, how can you make your next videos better based on videos that you've already previously created? So that's just a little bit of insight from my perspective on your channel. And you've been killing it, man. You've absolutely been killing it. And I appreciate you for all the advice. And thank you, Dave. I don't know why I turned the music off, but let's bring the music back on. I just had a moment there, right? Just had a moment. Both Dave and Rob, Dave from Dave Lee on Investing, and Rob from Tesla Daily, who is our first interview of the year on the Smart Passive Income podcast, were awesome. Dave says, wow, that was awesome feedback, Pat. Much appreciated. Gold. Yeah, have you been using the community tab? Like, it would be very interesting. And in fact, YouTube has some things going on with polls right now where when a poll happens and people engage with it, more people will see your other videos in their feed. So that's good too. Cool. All right. Okay. So Divyanish, thank you so much for the question. I'm going to show it here because this is a good question. Thank you for not spamming, by the way. See, when you don't spam, you can get your answer. So anyway, he says, I'm struggling about selling guilt. How do I get out of that? Help me. This is something that I have struggled with myself. We almost feel guilty sometimes asking people for money. But when you consider the fact that you're not asking people for money, you're in fact giving them an opportunity to invest. You're giving them the ability to find the cure for whatever it is their struggle and challenge was, right? Then it's actually your obligation, because here's the big secret here. Here's the big secret. You can sell and serve at the same time. You can sell and serve at the same time. But it's dependent on how you approach it. If you're coming from a money-first approach, it's very difficult to actually insert service after that, right? Here's what you want to do. You want to consider that you want to build products for your customers, not find customers for your products. Let me say this again. You want to find products for your customers, not customers for your products. I think it was Seth Godin who said that. I wish I took credit for that, or I wish I said that myself, because that's a brilliant quote. But it's not me. It's Seth Godin. I'm just passing it forward to you. The idea being, if you know the pains and problems, the needs, the wants of your audience, and you've come up with a solution for them or have a product that can help them in some way, then it's actually your obligation. It's your responsibility to share it with them. Now, it would also be irresponsible for you to just give everything away for free, because then you're not going to be in business very much longer. And guess what? You're not going to be able to help more people, right? Because it can become this amazing positive feedback loop where by you helping others, you can get paid for it. And by you getting paid for it, you can help even more people. By helping more people, they can pay you. And by you getting paid more, you can help even more people. Blah, 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 blah. Shimmy, 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 right? So this is how this works. And this is the approach that I like to take. And if you're like and I'm not saying this is you. I'm not saying this is any of you. But this is very common. If you're afraid to sell your product or your course or your program, you might not be confident in what it is that you're selling. And many people who I know who are nervous to sell, really deep down, are worried that their product is not going to help people. And that might be a conscious thing. That might be a subconscious thing. But Dodgy Pad is at it again. Okay. If you're not sure that what you're selling can help people, that's the first problem you got to solve. And so if you have a coaching program, coach one person, whether they pay you or do it for free, but contain it in that one person, get to that result. Because when you get that result, you unlock something up here that makes you go, this actually works. And it would behoove you to share it, or else you're not helping people. Right? There we go. Shimmer, shimmer, shimmer. Y'all heard the secret word. Appreciate you guys. This is so funny. Sometimes when I'm trying to get the secret word in, like I remember midstream that I have to insert the secret word. And I sometimes like do a 5-minute setup just to do the secret word. That time it was sort of built into the question. So thank you for the question. But sometimes literally like I know I have to go to the secret word. I have no idea how I'm going to get there. So I just start telling a story and back into it just to get the story and the secret word in. Over 100 people watching today. Yo, thank you so much for being here. If you like what you're hearing and you're enjoying this and you're getting any sort of value, whether it's from me or some others here, make sure to hit that like button. That goes a long way. That helps more people find these videos later. I don't know if you knew that, but the engagement factor is real. Thankfully, we have a lot of good conversations. But if you'd like to help out even more, just hit that like button. That goes a very long way. And make sure if you're not yet already subscribed, hit that subscribe button and ding that bell notification icon so you don't miss these videos in the future. And yes, this will happen in the future. And I will tell you right now, before we move on to some couple additional questions here, because we're already at the end of the stream. How is that even possible? I think it means that we're just having a lot of fun. Tomorrow, we are going to go live at 11 a.m. So our stream tomorrow is going to be at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. And that's going to be for episode 330. What? Also, by the way, anybody in Pokemon, McDonald's is going to start their McDonald's Pokemon promotion tomorrow. I literally have that on my calendar. Stephanie's like, and sometimes we can tell. You tell that story to try to back into the secret word. That's hilarious. All right, let's go down a little more. Let's see. Follow Connie Neal on Clubhouse if you want to chat with her. Fit over 50. Is it a good sign when well-known creators in one's larger niche dabble into one's niched down niche? So I think it's a sign that you're in the right spot. When you see a more general creator now focusing on the thing that you've been focusing on for a while, that is a good sign. I would take it as a compliment. I would also take this opportunity to see what you can do to help that person, right? That's how I would approach it. If there was somebody in a space that was like, hey, I'm getting into podcasting now, I'm not going to go, oh no, they're into podcasting. Well, I'm supposed to be the podcasting guy. Like, oh no, they're going to steal my market share. I'm going to go, you know what? I see this person. They're getting into it now. Let me see what I can do to help them. And every time I've done that, these people, number one, are so thankful because, number one, somebody else on the outside who has some expertise in that space is coming in to help out of nowhere. Number two, if I can help them get results faster, guess what? 99% of the time, because there's always that one germ on the outside that doesn't get wiped away from the bacteria wipes. 99% of the time, they're going to want to support you back in some way, shape, or form. Sometimes when this has happened, I notice a person getting into, the thing. If I notice somebody getting into podcasting, for example, and I go, hey, can I help you? They get their podcast up and running and they go, Pat, what could I do to help? Like, you've helped me out so much. Can we promote your course for you? And I'm like, yes, you can, of course. Let's see. Aryan. What's up, Aryan? Welcome in. Thanks so much for coming in today. Good to know. I guess my son is getting extra Happy Meals this month. Cool. Somebody just said, wait, who said that? McRib or McRib? Sandwich or wrapper? I'm not a McRib fan. I'm more of a chicken tender fan, not a chicken nugget fan. Because I've seen how those were made. But the chicken tenders, they still got the grain of the meat the way it should be. Anyway, I don't know why I'm talking about it. Somebody had asked a question here. Are you doing a Valentine's Day special on any of your content? Not necessarily, but maybe. I think that when we stream next Sunday, we should definitely do something Valentine's Day related. The Sunday after that is, in fact, me and my wife's 12-year anniversary. How crazy is that? 12 years married. And that's on the 21st. 2-2-1. That's the date. How do I remember? Because that's two people becoming one family. Legit, that's kind of when two become one. When two become one. Would my wife want to be a guest? Nah. She wouldn't want to be. She loves just being behind the scenes. What's up, B-Roy? Good to see you, my friend. Wow, we're almost at the end here, which is crazy. Fit Over 50 says, engaging with others like that is a great idea. One thing I do differently is a pint of Haagen-Dazs every night around 10 p.m., but might not include that in that approach. I don't know if that's fit over 50. That's unfit after 10, right? Unfit after 10. No, I'm just kidding. Will there be a 365 video? There will be a live stream on day 365. It will be a 365-minute live stream to celebrate, so it's about 6 hours. And we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna play some games. We're gonna give away prizes every hour, and we're just gonna have a good time. It'll be fun. It'll be a marathon. No, I'm not gonna do a 24-hour stream like some people do, and it's not gonna be a live stream where I try to count to 1 million. We're gonna have some fun, have some conversation, just like this, but with more decor, and more fun, more music, and maybe some special guests. We'll see. Maybe some of you. Who designs your t-shirts? Thank you, Justin. Everybody else does, not me. I have a couple shirts that are my own. This shirt comes from Jeff Sheldon at Ugg Monk, UGGMONK, which is a design company. He has a lot of shirts, and this one was actually gifted to me from one of my students. So do a lot with a little. I love that. A lot of my shirts come from ConvertKit, where they put their company values on their shirts, like teach everything you know and default to generosity and whatnot. I have another shirt from Teachable. It says everything is teachable, which I agree with. Anyone can cook. I watched Ratatouille last night. It was actually really, really fun. I hadn't seen it in a while. It makes me want to go. Apparently in Paris, there's a Disney Paris where there's a ride. It's like a 3D ride, but you're still in a little car and everything's scaled up, so it looks like you're a little rat and you're kind of, it's pretty awesome, it looks like. So yeah, awesome. March 15th. That's right, Stephanie. March 15th is the day. Dylan Was with a quick update to finish off today. Not a question, but quick update. Crossed 1,000 subs yesterday, currently at 1,013. Thanks for all your advice. Your small and big tips have been useful. Thanks for all the knowledge. Thank you for sharing. I love hearing the where are they nows, and I remember your channel when we reviewed it because that yellow pops, my friend. I love it. Great job, 1,000 subs. Congratulations. You could probably get very close, if not already. If you go to your monetization tab in your Creator Studio, you can see how many hours, if you still need more, are remaining as far as watch time before you can begin to monetize. And congratulations to that, should you choose to do that. So anyway, woo, chat, thank you so much for today. I appreciate you. It is now 10 a.m. Pacific or 2 p.m. Eastern. No, 1 p.m. Eastern. Have a great day. Enjoy the Super Bowl. My family and I, we're going to have a lot of wings. Chips and wings. I usually eat pretty healthy, but on Super Bowl Sunday, that's my treat day. Not of the year. Actually, Sunday is treat day anyway. So enjoy the day. Thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate you. We'll see you tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. We'll come in. We're going to have a specific topic that we're going to talk about. And I think it's going to be about giveaways. Giveaways. How to run giveaways to grow your brand. Currently, we are running a giveaway over at Deep Pocket Monster. And let me see what the latest count is. The latest count is, let's see, it'll come. 7,622 entries. I'm giving away some packs on this channel, and I'm using a tool to do that to help. There's a lot of tools that can help you run these giveaways in a legit manner, and there's a lot of things you need to know about running giveaways and contests in relation to growing your email list and other things like that. So we're going to talk about giveaways tomorrow. We're going to talk about giveaways tomorrow again, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. Thank you so much for today. You make my day so much better. And if you want to do it a little bit more, hit that like button before you go. Say goodbye to your friends here. Thanks, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks for all the new members coming in today. I appreciate you for that. And we'll see you later. High five. Appreciate you. Team Flynn for the win.
This is the income stream to help you achieve your dream. All while we keep it clean. This is the income stream. It's the kind of show where you can come and go, but then you leave inspired with no fee required. The income stream with Pat Flynn.
Forget that you guys can see me. Like, there's a little bit of transparency in that image, right? It's like, okay. Bye, y'all. Thank you. Love you. You make my day better. I hope I've made yours better too. Peace out, y'all. Thanks so much.
Bruh.